Hi, just waiting for a couple of people to jump on. How's everyone's Thursday night going? Okay, just getting some cards in order and see what wants to be used tonight. Okay. Oh, these ones. Okay. Hey, Laura, how are you? I think you're first on here. Let's pop your name down. Laura Bramble. So what we're going to do is we will do a general read for the week ahead. Keep in mind we do have, hey Alicia McGuinness, I'm going to pop your name on our list as well. Hey Mummy, I'm going to put your name on our list and we'll do a collective reading in a sec. We're just waiting for a few people to jump on, but you guys are first on the list. Hey Jason. Hey Amanda. I'm going to pop you two on as well. Okay, so we've got a couple of people on our list already, but we will start with a general reading, and I've got a couple of different decks out tonight. Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. So let's get started. I want to check into the week ahead, and I think it was in this link, or it might have been, no, it was a post just before. I did post a link to a Valentine's Day reading that I shared on Facebook Live the other day, but I've also uploaded it to YouTube. So if anyone wants to check out the individual star signs, I've done one for every zodiac sign specific to Valentine's Day. So I highly recommend to check that out. There was quite a few people saying that their sign really resonated. So definitely check that out. Thank you. Tagged a friend from New Zealand. Beautiful. We do have quite a few New Zealand or Kiwi followers, so that's lovely. Thank you, Jason. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, we're just going to ask, we always call in higher protection as well when we're doing this. So we're just calling on our guides and angels, calling in higher protection, surrounding ourselves in beautiful golden light. I always visualize like a mirrored golden light as well, so that it can reflect back anything that's of a lower or negative vibration. Oh, hello from Melbourne too. I'm in Melbourne as well. So let's have a look into the week ahead, seeing what beautiful message Spirit has for us. Okay. And let's pick a card out of these two. This one is jumping out. So we will do the general reading first so that everyone gets a reading. For those of you just joining, please make sure to go check out my zodiac readings for Valentine's Day that I've posted on YouTube. So I'm just starting at my YouTube channel again. It was up and going a few years ago. There's UFO videos on there and quite a few other things. So let's flip this card to get started. So one that I picked, first of all, is an Archangel card. So it is Archangel Zadkiel, and it's the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, wait for perfect timing. So we have this card to start off our reading tonight. So we can see this. So really reflecting and looking at where you can create balance. And interesting, I was just having this conversation with a couple of people lately about like work-life balance, and that being one of the main things that came out of, I guess, lockdowns worldwide, is that people really realize, you know, that work-life balance. So let's get underway with the rest of the reading. So just tuning into the energy of the cards. All right, so the first feeling that I get, just sort of in the next couple of days, I feel that there's a bit of opportunity coming in for higher learning. And the energy that I see is higher learning in regards to patterns of the past. Now, this might still be because we are in Mercury retrograde for the next couple of days. And then the shadow, I think it's there after the 15th. So that shadow period. Let's see what else we have. So yeah, there's a lot of gold kind of sparkle influence. This is a time to go within, to reflect, to let emotions come up and surface. If they need to be cleared, it's time to kind of scrub them out and send them on their way. With this gold energy though, I do feel that it is an invitation from Spirit for healing. So there's a lot of energy being blasted onto the planet right now, and coming from the planet with the Schumann frequency, we're seeing the Earth's vibration and the Earth's frequency shifting and coming up. So a lot of people are reporting insomnia, not being able to sleep, waves of energy, dizziness, blurred vision, a few different things. So let's flip this card. All right, and we'll see what's with the other two. All right, so they're just encouraging me to talk about this card to start with, so they might fill in the story. So we've got Queen of Swords. So this, for me, we have this beautiful queen. Now, what I see with this is that there's this higher power that she's kind of awakened to. There's a liberation. There's a feeling of breaking free and pulling off the mask. Now, that's really, quite interesting when we look at like what's happening around the world. Oh, I'm sorry, Kim. I just saw that you said you had to put your fur baby to sleep. I'll add you to the list as well. And we will be taking names. So yeah, with this, I feel that it's, as we were saying, clearing different things out of the mind. So we can see that this Queen of Swords, I feel that she's taking charge. She's cutting out things in her life that no longer need to be there. So really reflecting and seeing like what you need to have in life right now. What is it that you're gelling with on a vibrational level? So if there are things that feel out of sync, really looking, do they bring relevance to you? Are they things that are taking you further forward? Do you feel that they're dragging you behind, or are they taking you further forward? And it's almost like lifting them up for spirit is what I'm seeing with this. I feel this gold energy coming in to help to kind of clear the blocks, clear the paths. Spirit was working a little bit with this last week too. So interesting. It's like they're clearing house over this Mercury retrograde period. And let's see what we get going into. Yeah, because I feel like the energy that they're taking us into, they're talking about being prepared. So I feel that there's an energy of something a little bit heavier coming up, going through into March. Let's say March through to July. So they're talking about lightening our load as much as we can. And it's almost like a purging or clearing out on many levels, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Let's flip these cards. Yeah. Look at this. Oh, it's leading to good things though. So what I'm seeing here is that purging. So this is why I like to flip the cards after we talk about it, because Spirit really likes to go into it first. So we can see that there's 5 of Cups. So this is something that possibly changed direction or has worked up until a certain point. So we can see these beautiful blue crystal cups, which I feel are the original blueprint, the original energy, but we can see there's been murkiness and fear pumped into this. I do feel, as we talk about this, a pull towards the US, to America. So there could be something going on over there from this period of time that we're talking about, around sort of like March through to July. This energy too, we can see this is really about clearing any bitterness, purging any, this is almost like a phlegm or some kind of mucus. So these are like older, sticky kinds of emotions. And this is about operating on a different vibration. It's clearing the fear out. We also have this Mars energy at the top of the card near these kidneys. So our kidneys are kind of about filtration. It is the card of disappointment, although we do have an energy of Scorpio with this too. So really going deep. Hi, beautiful Sana. Going deep within the psyche, within the subconscious regions of our mind, to bring up anything that we need to purge at this particular point in time. So you might even want to put a time limit on it of, all right, come end of Mercury retrograde or end of the shadow side of Mercury retrograde, I'm going to be done with that, because we do have beautiful 10 of discs. We've got this wealth appearing, and we can see that it's come from a spiritual basis. The purple background has flipped over when full belief has been executed, is the word that I'm hearing Spirit say. So we can see this gold coin that's really flipping over here, being a 10 of discs. This is about abundance. It's about physical manifestation on the earth. So this may also represent a good time for manifesting. And I do know within Vedic astrology as well, we are about to have, I think it's an alignment with Jupiter and might have been Rahu or Ketu. It could have been. But anyway, it represents this abundance, which is the exact energy that we see in this card. And this has a Virgo, like Virgo earth type energy. So if you're perhaps having main part of your chart, whether it's your sun, moon, or ascendant, around that earth energy. So say if you're like a Taurus or a Virgo, this might also mean to really pay attention to manifesting finances on the physical world as well. Let's pick some clarifying cards to do with this. All right, there's one here. Let's move these cards out of the way. So we'll be getting to some personal readings soon. Also, I just want to mention that I still have my love discount for anyone who wants to do Valentine's Day readings or would like a personal one-on-one reading. I also have so it's the 1 hour, the 2 hour, and the Valentine's couples reading that have discounts on them at the moment. So using the code word love, it's only valid until Valentine's Day. So if you did want to receive a discount, definitely a good time to book. Jason is saying the new moon is a fab time for manifesting. It definitely is. So we're coming up to that too. So let's flip these cards. Okay, so we have another sign representing. Ooh, this is interesting. So we've had the Star card come out in reverse. So to me, what this represents is, because she's about Aquarian energy, she's about knowledge, and she has a foot on the earth and one in the water. So this is kind of using that intuition, using that adaptability of a foot in each world. It's kind of like halted at the meantime. I feel like it's about pause. I feel like it's not really about taking on too much more information at the moment. This is what I feel like is about inner reflecting. So it's almost like using that pool of water that she's filling up. It's almost like stopping the pouring in of that, or the pouring in of information, and going into a period of reflection. We also had Queen of Cups, but in reverse as well. So Cups for me represent sometimes relationships, nurturing, but because it's the Queen of Cups, it might be looking at where you're giving to others, and how you can possibly, give back at the moment, how you can possibly nurture and nourish yourself and have somewhat of a retreat here on the earth. So whether it's just, taking a moment, taking a morning, whether it's like a sleep-in Sunday morning, to do something lovely for yourself, just to recharge, because you've been giving and giving and giving. You've been active, you've been taking on information. So time for reflection, time for self-nurturing, and this is especially over the next couple of days. And leading into the end of next week. So King of Pentacles, we can see that it is building towards something bigger coming, because we have this King of Pentacles, and then we also have this Knight of Pentacles too. So I feel that this also relates to finances and around investment. So really truly tuning in with your gut around finances at the moment, using your intuition to look into like, when is the right timing for you to move forward, really thinking about it as almost like a chess game. I'm just going to ask for a card out of our other deck as well. All right, they're giving us two. Flipping these ones over. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, this makes sense to do with finances as well. So we have the card of temptation, and we can see he's almost in two minds about it, but he's using his right hand to manifest, or not to manifest, to sense, or possibly manifest. We can see here. See, he's in two minds. There's almost like a Mars-like energy to this as well. So really not having to be all out there is what I feel with this. It really is about using the intuition, because you could be in two minds about this at the moment. The other thing too is this is really about building stability. So we have this fertility card too. So we're really building that nest egg for the future. So a really good time, especially with the new moon coming up too, is to reassess and analyze, like, where is it that you want to go with the future? Who is it you want to surround yourself with too? Because it doesn't just have to map. It doesn't just have to map like what you're doing with finances or represent that. So looking into the value and the wealth of all different areas of life. But I do feel that it especially was to do with finances tonight. So really taking advantage of the Jupiter energy at the moment. And I'm just going to pop this deck of cards back. So let's have a look who we've got. So first of all, we have Laura. We have Laura Bramble. So I'm going to pick one of these cards tonight. So I'm using the Psychic Tarot as one of my decks tonight, and the other one that I will be using is the Thoth deck as well. All right, so this is for Laura Bramble. So we've got this one, and then let's get some supporting cards. All right, so let's flip this. All right, so for the Psychic Tarot, we have movement, choices, decisions. So this could also be around Gemini type energies, or Libra, sort of making that choice, making that decision, possibly like weighing up different things. Now we see here that there's many doors, and this is really about tuning into your heart to find the answer. So it's not about getting into this overwhelmed energy of the mind. It's really like cards, because I haven't. It's sort of glowing similar colors like a rainbow with a bit of gold, but I'm seeing it's like walking almost like a tightrope for this bridge. So this is for Laura Bramble. So I'll flip these cards, and we have amazing cards. There is one that's a little bit suspect, but there's wedding ring, there's finances, there's Tracy, you said that you lost me. Let's see. So we're reading for Laura Bramble still. So we've got a Two of Cups, which is love. This can sometimes represent that beautiful love energy, but it can also represent creativity. It can represent passion, relationships. It represents a really beautiful flow. And then we have the card of fortune. Hopefully I'm not too frozen. Then we have the Five of possibly be some worry around moving forward to do with a relationship. There is Jupiter energy at the moment. Let's just clarify and get some more information for this worry card. Okay, so they're just giving me one card at the bottom of the deck, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of Wands. So I feel like there's been perhaps like different things said, or different things that you feel like you may have been heading in a direction in a certain way, or possibly some certain things promised. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we do have Judgment as well. I feel like this is really about tapping into at the moment where you feel you are with love, possibly reassessing your needs, because I feel that you cater a lot to other people. So having a look at that at the moment, and I'm just asking for another card in the other deck. Seed of Life. Yeah, really looking back, almost like going back to scratch or back to the drawing board, planting your seed, reassessing like what it is that you want for life and what it is that you want for love is the energy that we've got at the moment. So let's pop these back in, and we're going to Alicia McGuinness, or Alicia McGuinness. All right, so let's pick out of the Thoth Jack. I saw some people are having a little bit of frozen problems. Jason was just recommending to refresh the page. Thank you, Jason. Okay, so for Alicia McGuinness, and we had two cards jump out of the deck. So they have fallen face down, so let's have a feel into them. All right, so this first card that I touch is interesting. I feel that Spirit is taking me on a journey, and I feel like it's almost pulling me into this beautiful, almost like between dimensional space. And then when I touch the other card, I feel like I'm on Earth. So I feel like this is really about getting into vibrational frequency and alignment for you at the moment. And what I mean by this is that the Schumann frequency raising might be kind of like, sometimes you can get physical feelings, whether it's like dizziness, tiredness, headaches, lack of sleep. Some of these energies can be happening at the moment to do with raising the Schumann frequency. So let's flip these cards. Okay, yeah, this is cool. So we have the Ten of Cups, which is actually, thank you, Laura. So yeah, we can see that there's this beautiful tree of life in the background, and we have this Mars energy at the top, as well as this rosy energy, which I see as Christ consciousness. So with this, we can see filling up these cups is light. So that's that energy that I was getting to do with this higher vibrational frequency and feeling like I was going into a different dimension. So Spirit is working with you around this and around attuning your energy. But this is really about having confidence. So I also see that this is possibly about giving it that acknowledgement, giving it that boost. So it's focusing on meditation, focusing on things that help to shift you into this other dimensional space. The other energy that we have is Ace of Disc, and remembering that disc is about the earth. So we have this beautiful card coming into alignment. We can see that this is a frequency alignment. It brings you into vibrational frequency at the moment. And I feel like, oh, they're just getting me another card from another deck. It's leading to completion. So this is the card of the circle. But look at this, it's frequency. This is rippling of dimensions, which also brings about healing. So we will be picking some more people very shortly for some cards. Going to try and get to as many as we can. So that was for Alicia. Then we have Mama G. Let's pick a card for Mama G. Okay. So we have a few cards come out for you, Mama G. I'm just going to hold up. I have to feel into these. We'll flip them over. All right, so I asked for a card to represent the heart of the matter, and actually found like the energy was actually taking me around the heart. I feel like you're a very empathic, beautiful being, and I feel that you hold and you nurture. You do actually have that mama energy, and I don't mean that this means that you have to be a physical mama, but you have that holding energy, or that energy where you just feel safe in someone's arms. So it's like you might attract people that come to you, or even, you know, approach you for advice like they would for a mum. Let me also see what we have. Swords. So this was the energy that I was getting around traditional deck. Will usually be 3 swords going through a love heart, which can represent possible heartache. They're showing me something to do with the earth too, so I'm not sure if it's possibly pierced your heart or felt like your heart has fallen out of your chest. And this is some of the energies that I'm we have Saturn energy, and we have Libra energy with this as well. I feel that this is helping to remember it can